Welcome back to Cottage Designs by Erin, where today we are still working on the canning season pattern by Holt. If you notice behind me, I've had this on my design wall for 3 weeks, and it's not because it's a difficult pattern. It's actually very easy and goes together fairly fast, but because of the time of year and the fact that I wasn't out of school yet, I haven't had a chance to finish it, so that's what I'm working on today. So I thought you might want to stay with me for so long. I also have not finished quilting the little blue truck, and I have a yellow piece of paper on my design wall that is a half a dozen orders for doll clothes that I have when I get out of school. So my doll business, Cottage Designs by Erin on Etsy, has basically been on autopilot, and I've just been letting people buy what's in stock. I haven't had time to make anything else, and so I'm getting ready to pick that back up. So in my last video about this canning pattern, we made the little jars, but we hadn't made the lids. So to make the lids, the fabric would actually go this direction, and you strip together the gray and then 2 whites. And let me see the sizes on those. They are 1.5 for the white and 2.5 for the gray. And I just thought this fabric that I had was so perfect because I was given this little gray polka dot, which gray plays well with others. So it goes with every color that these jars are made out of. So I have the bottom row pieced together, and now we just need the sashing strip on the end. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that off of here. And we're going to sew that on. I wanted to do a little more work on it on video so that you can see how it comes together. It's a very, very cute pattern. Well, and wouldn't you know that this piece is not quite long enough, so let me get another one. I must have mismeasured on that. Okay, so let me go ahead and move the camera to my hands now. So the machine is all threaded up. So what we are doing now is we are sewing the end strip on to make this the right length. Okay, something I haven't done is pressed all these seams. So I'm going to do that next. I'm pressing the end pieces out and the middle seams to the left. I'm still not officially done with school. I have to go back Tuesday after Labor Day. What am I saying? Labor Day. Memorial Day is what I meant to say. Tuesday after Memorial Day, and then I'll officially be done. I am overly tired. I have a lot of work to do. So I'm definitely looking forward to the time off. Okay, so that gives us this row. Now we're going to add the shelf that this sits on. Oh, and I put one too many on there. So I put one too many on. I need to take one off the end. Once I started making this, I realized I made a boo-boo at the beginning of the first video. You can't sew the jars together until you sew the lids on. So the very first row, I'm going to have to pick out and start over with it because I sewed it together too soon. I don't really regret doing that because that did show how the jars went together, so I thought that was helpful. Okay, so there's that. Okay, then to show you the little jar lids, these are so cute. Look at that. And you get it by sewing the strips together this way, and then you turn it. And you cut them apart, and I think it was 4.5 inch sections. Okay, so I have already ironed the, pressed the shelf. So let me see about pinning this in place so it doesn't shift around on me. Okay, so now we're going to sew the shelf to the jars. So let's take these out. So here's our cute little shelf. Now that needs to be pressed. So I'm going to press it to the darker fabric. And I notice when I get down to the end, I've got a little piece that's just a hair off. So I'm going to even this up. Okay, the next thing we have to do is we have to add this white border on the bottom and on the top before you put the next piece on. So let's see how wide that is. Piece A, which is nope, that's not it. A strip. 2 inches wide, 2 inches wide. Okay. Well, find that piece. There it is. Press that a little bit. I'm going to move my ironing board. Get my handy dandy ruler. I'm just going to measure 2 inches. Okay, so this piece is now going to be sewn to the top and to the bottom of the jars. This is such a cute little happy pattern. It's really precious. See which way that seam's supposed to go. To the left. Okay, so now that's how that looks. So now we're going to sew the white strip along the bottom. Okay, so that gives us the row, and then you go on like this, so on and so forth, until you get the last 2 rows sewn together. So I didn't show you how to do the jar lid. I'm going to go ahead and show you that. So to make the jar, you basically have one big rectangle, and then you put your little 1.5 inch squares down in the corner. You sew on the diagonal and you flip it over, and that's what gives you the jars. Okay, then I made a big stack of lids using the strip method, where you cut out the strips and sew it together, and then I pressed the seams going in towards the gray. All right, so to make the jar, to finish the jar rather, you're going to sew the lid to the top of the rectangle piece, and that will then give you your completed jar. So let me go ahead and do that. So here's one of our jars. All of my jars in that row are ready to now be sewn together, and we'll do it like we just have been doing it, where we'll add the shelf. We'll sew the jars together, add the shelf, put the next white strip on the top, and go to the next row. So this has been, it's a very easy project. It's just time consuming like all quilts are. So I hope you have enjoyed this. I will have new videos just as soon as I get out of school. If you are interested in making this pattern called Canning Season by Lori Holt, it is in my online Amazon store, and you can find the link to that in the description box for my videos. Stop back by. Once I get this finished, I will, of course, post it, but it will probably be a little bit still. Also, in my Amazon store, you can also buy all the fabrics to make this, and the pattern is very inexpensive. So check it out and come back next week for more videos. Thank you.